All right, here we are with Exalted versus World of Darkness, City of the Bull God, Season 1, Episode 6. We are in October 2021, and here with me today we have...
Brendan as the storyteller.
Peter as Sir Rigel Star, the celestial censor, a solar twilight.
Devon as End of Sadness of the Infernal Exalted.
Holden as Layla Church, an Infernal Exalted.
And Sam as Rowan of a No Moon Lunar Exalt.
All right, guys. So last game we caught Holden up on exactly what had been going on while that they had been indisposed with the stars, and then you all decided that it was time to go check out the people who had propositioned Rigel for getting some mummies. And that has not gone as well as planned, I guess would be the best way to put it.
I mean, we came here to settle, an IP dispute, and...
Some might say better.
Some might, in fact, say better.
I think things are going as satisfactory as they could go for us. The vampires, though, that's going to be a different conversation for them.
Well, they certainly don't know what that they're getting into, but they're about to learn pretty fast. As I recall, we left off with you guys more or less doing a lineup as that Layla started to go into her Shintai form. Rowan changed into a deer man?
Yes.
Yep.
End of Sadness got some demonic arms, if I recall.
End of Sadness used their cast power, which means they're in a mirrored silvered Power Ranger suit and helmet floating.
That's what it was. And Sir Rigel Star put on some sunglasses.
Rigel's doing the thing we just talked about at the end of last session, where it's like, I want to see what he does. It's going to be really good. And we just found out that it is.
And I'm going second.
Oh, boy. All right, so we've already rolled initiative and gotten things out of the way. So starting us off at the top of initiative with 16 is going to be End of Sadness.
Okay. So my one request is I spent an essence before the combat started to move it into my form, and I spent that on my firearm excellency. Is it okay if I swap that out for the occult excellency? It's going to come up for me next turn.
So long as you're... So long as we're not like saying yes, you did firearms and occult, then yeah, that's fine. That's totally cool with me.
No, I just need to spend that essence and get occult up and running for my next turn. And I just didn't realize.
Yeah, that's totally fine with me.
Okay. Oh wait, no, I already spent. I don't need to spend. Okay, so End of Sadness, having moved slightly behind Layla, is going to focus their attention at the ceiling, where I'm guessing because this is a heritage building and a vampire lair, they have a sprinkler system, and is going to psychically wrench open the valves on the sprinkler system so everyone is being showered in. And this is really dependent on what kind of movie you're running for us, because if this is like a high-action Matrix movie, it's going to be clear water spraying down, making us look awesome and having wet t-shirts. If this is like a gritty horror movie, this is going to be sludge water, but either one is appropriate.
I'm going to say, given my knowledge of what that you all can do, this is probably going to be clear water right now, but there's a good chance that it might start pulling from some sludgy water from the river.
Oh yeah, sprinkler systems are garbage. Don't ever get one set off on you. But yeah, I'm going to start the sprinkler system, so we're being rained on.
Oh, thank you for -1 difficulty to everything I do.
You're welcome. I'm a support character.
Wow,
that's me.
That is actually going to come in handy with the plan that I had for not for me, for you, with the plan that I was going to do. All
So
right.
move down initiative.
Is there anything you had to roll for that, or do you just do it?
I mean, you could make me roll if it's like opposed or it matters, but I feel like putting 200 pounds of pressure on the valves and just flooding this place is like you can do this with a lighter. So I feel like this is just something we can just move from unless you really want it.
Yeah, I'm going to say that that's not a problem in this case. The building's old, so it's not like you're in like a new building where this might actually be a problem, and they might have a little bit more sensors or anything that might be
Yeah.
harder to deal with. Since it's an old building, and that's what you're doing for your turn, I'm totally cool with you just doing that.
Yeah, I could be full autoing these people. I am choosing not to.
Okay. So next up at initiative 15, obviously I'm going to let the players go first because there are 3 people at initiative 15. Do we want to have Rigel or Rowan go first?
Let's
Well-
let Rigel go first.
Yeah, knowing that Rowan's more of a close combat character, and I have an AoE spell queued up, then might as well start. So, Rowan will just take a sidereal martial arts stance and unleash his black shards fall like ice. How many people do you say are come together? I remember those settings were all together, and I guess the ghouls are spread out around us, so they wouldn't be hit unless I want to hit the rest of the party. Would that be fair?
I will get so the Setites are going to all be put together, and I will give you one of the ghouls of your choice to be close by, but I think that the other 2 are like the people who were in the back of the pews that didn't run.
Sure thing. So I guess I can take the one of the lowest initiative for you. Let's see how much I roll here. Does damage have double X's? Double tens? I don't think so. No. Okay, and that's 5 points of damage coming to all of them. Lethal.
Oh boy. Okay, so
As 10,000 little, paper cranes, except made out of obsidian, just start filling the area. And
okay,
cutting into everything.
so I know that with vampires, lethal gets a little wonky.
I think they can soak it.
They can soak it.
I know that they can soak it, but I know that sometimes lethal counts as bashing and sometimes it doesn't.
That's for bullets because they're just making very small holes in organs that don't actually do anything. These are big, jagged chunks of obsidian just dropping out of the sky.
Okay. Heard. You said 5 damage?
5 damage.
Okay.
Roll 2
So
soaks.
Ghoul 1 cannot soak that, so they just take 5 lethal. Fortitude was not his choice. It was Potence. Headsetite, on the other hand, can soak that. Let's see what that he gets. Oh, whoops.
One problem with AoE, you have to do so many soak rolls.
He manages to soak 4 of it.
Nice.
And then the other 2 have a different soak roll, so let me just put that in real quick. The first one manages, Cannibal Setite on the list manages to only soak 1. And the other one manages to soak nothing.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oof.
Oh, that's 15 points of damage altogether.
Wow. That's
So-
horrifying.
Rowan,
Should
what
have
would you
practiced
like to
bullet
do?
catching.
So for those who have not got the power in front of them, what just happened is
Okay,
our Don has just stomped his foot on the floor. The roof of the church sort of split apart, and a rain of jagged shards of black glass dropped down and nearly bisected 2 vampires and one of the ghouls and scratched up the head vampire.
Yeah.
And now there's like huge chunks of volcanic glass like embedded in the pews and the
also
altar at the back of the church.
It's also worth pointing out, it's a cute little addendum, that if there are any ghosts in that area, they also got fucking skewered in the ghost lands.
Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, that attack hits in the Shadowlands too. Not that we have any idea what's over there, but they're not having a good time if there was anybody around.
Oh, with powers like these, we don't need to know.
So, Rowan.
Well, we might as well take out the ghouls. And it might be a good idea to try to figure out how flurrying works in Will of Darkness. It's 1 die penalty for each, right?
1 second. So the way that works.
Trying to remember go ahead.
The way that works is you start off by declaring how many actions you're going to take.
Okay.
Then the first one suffers a -1 die penalty and also raises its difficulty by +1. And then every action after that suffers an increasing die penalty and difficulty increase.
Okay, so if it starts out at 6,
yeah, and if that would push the difficulty higher to 9, you can't take anymore.
So let's try attacking.
And no more than 1 of those actions can be an attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where the multi-attack charms become useful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And each Exalt has
it's set up this way because basically Exalt dice pools are so damn big that otherwise every round would be just take eternity as people could just crank out like 5 or 6 attacks.
But on the other hand, when we get to the point where that you might have to dodge or anything, it's not going to be like last time where that we were just like, oh, well, you already did an action, so you can't dodge. Like you can actually attempt to dodge this time.
Okay. Well, then I won't clean up the little guys. Who's closest to Rowan?
I want to say that Ghoul 2 and 3 are probably the closest targets to you guys. I feel like you guys came about a quarter of the way into the church, and 2 and 3 are like in pews on like the left and right side of you all, whereas Ghoul 1 is like closer to the front, and the Setites are all on the pulpit.
All right, so let's just turn a giant rack of antlers to Ghoul 3, and let's cure the guy with some sort of beastful frenzy that Rowan is unknown for. So let's use the dexterity excellency. Figure out where the character sheet went. Difficulty 6, yes?
Yeah. Since this is your first action, it would be at a difficulty 6.
Okay.
Or are you still doing multiples? Or
No. Since I was just going to try to take out all the ghouls, but since I can't do that, I'll just take out Ghoul 3.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. That's only 4 successes.
Okay, I'm going to try and have them dodge you at difficulty 6, since this is their first action.
Which will use up their action for the round. Since they're getting attacked for their turn, they're aborting to defense.
I guess, could they declare that they're dodging and attacking, so that +1 difficulty, -1 die, and then the -2?
Well, wait a minute. Who's he attacking? 3?
Yeah, he's attacking 3.
It's technically his initiative right now, so...
I figured that
since... you to make it easier.
I figured that since that they could theoretically declare a flurry if that they wanted to. Well, no, I guess since it's not their turn, They can't. World
Well, then
Darkness
you could, like,
combat always
just
confuses me.
initiative lock them. So I think that they could declare it as soon as they can declare it, and just say that, hey, yeah, they're flooring in defense. Might as well.
Yeah, it's been long enough that I've forgotten what happens on simultaneous initiative. I think you're supposed to look at the stats, decide who goes first, but whatever.
Yeah, it's like higher decks or something, but I've always just said,
I,
players go
I
first.
I can almost guarantee you that Rowan has higher decks.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, then yes, then he's technically he's aborting to defense before his turn, so that will cost him any other actions.
Okay, yeah. Then you're attacking Ghoul 3 then?
Yes, sure.
Okay. That's an interesting, good thing to note. I didn't realize that you could do that to kind of mess with the initiative order.
Oh yeah, initiative. Yeah. Oh yeah, initiative is good because it will let you lock up people. They basically have to choose between defending themselves or just soaking it and hoping for the best.
Well, he got 2 successes to try and dodge, so you do hit with a 3 success threshold.
Okay.
So that is your strength +2 plus whatever other damage you do.
So for having antlers, I get strength +2.
Okay, and then you get the 2. I'm sorry, the 3. I'm sorry. So
Okay.
strength +2 +3.
Okay, so 10.
Damn. Okay, roll that.
Is that partial or
Damage
lethal?
dice.
Lethal.
How?
6.
Okay, bud.
I mean, they are antlers goring into a person's body.
Yeah.
You're right. So
Hey, there's this is not a judgment zone.
like like someone who's speeding down the back roads of in a nice car going around a corner, and then suddenly they see a deer running at them. This man is completely thrown off kilter as your horns like just pierce through him and like gore him and just throw him back.
Like deer in the headlights, except that the car has antlers.
A moment
Except
of
in this
silence
case,
for the
In this
for the
case, when you
dearly
hit the...
departed.
Oh no! Oh no! It's begun.
oh, he goes back and he hits the back wall with a sickening thud and like slides down. He is going to use his turn at initiative 15 to play dead. Do any of you all want to deny him that, or do we want to just say he plays dead?
He plays dead.
Roll stealth. Yes, good.
He has a survival instinct, and the Setites have not started yelling at him yet.
I mean, he could use his 1 blood point to heal 1 wound.
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Thank you for reminding me about that. He's going to do that.
He has to spend his turn in concentration.
Yeah. He said it's his turn in concentration to do that. So, next up is going to be the head Setite,
Ooh-wee.
who is going to stare at you all in absolute confusion, maybe not terror, but like, I don't want to say that he's seen these kinds of things before, but he may have been in a fight or two with a werewolf before. And he is going to use one of his disciplines to vanish from the mind's eye.
Ooh.
Just reading this real quick. So, who has the highest wits plus alertness?
I only
I
have
have
4.
4.
Wits plus alertness.
Wits plus alertness.
3.
Crocodile has 6.
Okay.
This is why I need an intern vampire. He had auspex. Piece of shit, dump me.
Rowan?
Rowan has 4. He has no alertness or awareness at all.
Okay, so 6 is his total difficulty that he needs to try and beat. He is going to be rolling his charisma plus stealth. All right. With 5 successes, he, from y'all's line of sight, even with the water coming down, he vanishes from your sight.
Nice.
All right. After 14 is going to be Ghoul 2, who just saw his buddy get messed up.
Oh, no.
Ghoul 2 is going to pull out his 9mm and shoot at the fucking deer.
Oh, no.
Rowan, have you been practicing bullet catching?
I have not, sir. So this is the point where we take the flurry for the next action. So this is, I take a -1 on this action and then a -1 on the next action.
-1 on this action, and the difficulty goes up by 1.
No, you would
Nope.
need to have declared how many actions you were reserving for your flurry.
Oh.
So on your turn, you say, okay, I'm going to be doing 2 actions. One of them is attack, another one you keep. And you could say, okay, I'm holding it for dodging or parrying or something.
Yeah, and the penalties start on the very first action, not the second.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Although,
So,
since
no dodging.
although since clearly the intent was to do that, I think it's fine if we just...
Yeah. The intent's to do that. I kind of imagine that y'all's intent, especially that things continue to go forward, is probably to do that.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
So,
Yeah, let's just remember to declare that so that we're working within the system.
Okay.
So that puts you at basically -2 dice and difficulty plus
7
2 here. So
would it be? Oh, okay.
yeah, so
it'd be
8. We're
difficulty
up to
8.
8.
Okay. Difficulty 8, -2 dice. No, difficulty is just one of the changes. Okay. That would give the ghoul back 1 piece of health. So
Okay.
I figure that's a fair trade.
Yeah,
So dexterity plus dodge? Dodge not.
Yep, Dex and Dodge.
Dex and athletics. Yep.
Oh, yeah, because Dodge is not in here.
I'm just going to parry those bullets with your fists.
I mean, you can technically do that.
Okay, so with
You are
7
exalted.
dice, I got 5 successes.
Wow, bud.
At 8? Wow. Okay.
Is that right?
Diff 8?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got an 8, 9, 8, 9, 10.
Jesus. Okay.
I rolled really well on that one.
He only got 2 successes, so you managed to, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a bullet.
All right.
Yeah, he got a 7-1-7-9. So
It doesn't. It doesn't even go to soak. You legitimately jump out of the way of a speeding bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next up after that ghoul went is let's see. I had said I'd already
Layla.
went. Ghoul 3 already went. Yeah, Layla.
Oh boy. So this is the point where that pulsing, glowing, fleshy cocoon splits apart into just burns apart in a wash of emerald fire, and what's standing in its place is 7 feet of. You want to call it a centaur, but if the basis of a centaur was a ram rather than a horse. So, shaggy hooves, Layla, upper body, enormous curling horns, and the arms beneath the elbows are just 2 long, serrated brass blades.
Oh boy.
Terrifying.
Horrifying.
Yeah, there's about so she's just standing there for a moment, scanning the room. Head vampire seems to be missing now, and also the pews and altar and everything else appear to have just sprouted a forest of black glass for some reason. We'll figure that out later. With the rain coming down from the sprinkler system, just pattering off of her horns. Before she cracks her neck, and the air around her coalesces into hunks of steaming brass and broken masonry and shattered stone that's coalesce all across her body, forming this broken, uneven armor like a second skin. It starts glowing with demonic script. As I'm turning on Viridian Legend Exoskeleton as well.
Oof.
And then about the space of the time it takes to blink, she's clear on the other side of the church, and the Suddite who dabbled in diablerie is probably in 2 pieces at this point. Let's roll and find out.
Yeah. It's a good question. I mean, he's gonna try and dodge.
Okay.
I mean,
Wound penalties.
Try being the keyword there.
Do your roll off.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work out great for him because I rolled 7 successes.
Oh, okay.
Wait a sec, that can't be right. No, that's not right. Let me do that again. I accidentally had 10 again on the roller, which I shouldn't have.
Yeah, I'll need to fix it up.
Okay, that's better. That's 5 successes.
He has a chance.
So you say there's a chance.
I did not say there was a chance, actually. What happens when he botches? Do you get like an extra damage die?
No, he's just going to die in a particularly humiliating fashion, I guess.
Okay, it's going to be very humiliating.
Pretty much a botch is whatever you say it is.
So you're coming right at him. He's going to scramble to try and get out of the way. Go ahead and roll me that damage to see how much, because you're going to hit him. I just want to know how bad you hit him. You got full successes, obviously.
Well, I got 6 strength in this form. And plus 2 lethal damage blade, so 8, and then 5 successes. Oh, this is going to be ugly. 13 dice. One's due subtract. And that would be, 5 successes.
All right, he manages to soak 1.
Don't
I
believe
believe that
done
fills
something
up his
before.
health track. He basically just kind of falls down looking pretty dead.
Oh, poor.
Yeah, you have completely messed this guy up. So after Layla at 8, it's Whisper and Setite 3. So Whisper being a player character NPC, I'm going to let them go first.
Excellent. Whispers of the Labyrinth will bolt towards who's standing. Ghoul 1 is probably still standing, and Setite 3 is still standing, right?
Yes.
All right. Whispers of the Labyrinth is going to run for Ghoul 1 and get them with their bare hands because they're a crocodile monster. So let me just quickly roll that up. Dex plus Brawl. Oh my god, 9 dice. Oh, and 1 subtract because he's but immortal. 3 successes to like just jump this guy. Like Whisper Labyrinth is going to jump on this person and just start like biting and tearing into them like a wild animal in man form.
That was Ghoul 2, you said?
Ghoul 1.
Oh, Ghoul 1. I'm sorry.
I don't think he dodged yet.
He's gonna try and dodge since he has the opportunity to. Let's see if this dice roller actually likes me.
Addendum to that?
Yes.
I forgot that I get -1 difficulty on all rolls, and I'm wet due to boiling sea mastery. So yeah, that should have been 9 successes and not 5.
Oh, gee.
4 more. Excellent.
Wow.
4 more.
I assume that he's still in torpor, unless, of course, you fill it all up with ag, but he looks really dead to you.
Oh yeah, God, he must barely be even hanging together in one piece at this point.
Okay. How many successes did Whispers get to hit?
3.
So this guy somehow managed to get a 3 on 3 dice.
Hey, he lives.
So he sees the crocodile man coming at him and just kind of like starts backing up, like just like no, and is like trying to pull out like his 9mm, and like the thing is just jamming and he is clearly freaking out.
Oh yeah, Whispers is going on all fours beast mode style, like the lizard man. It's not safe looking.
He does not enjoy this. So that was, let's see, so that was Ghoul 1's turn being wasted. So now it is Setite 3's turn, who is going to try to go for a Hail Mary pass here. As they are going to use Dread Gaze. The Presence 2 ability. Trying to see. Does this require... I feel like this requires them to... It does not say whether or not that it requires actual eye contact. So they're going to...
Presence, in general, people have to be looking at you, so it doesn't have to be eye contact. Eye contact is for dominate.
Right. Okay, then. This one is going to try and use Dread Gaze to cause you all to try and flee the area. Which is probably its best idea. It's going to roll its Charisma plus Intimidation versus a difficulty of the victim's wits and courage. I feel like this should probably be willpower in you guys' case, because I don't think you guys have courage.
Correct. Just, yeah. If it tells you to roll something you don't have, just roll willpower instead.
Okay, so what is y'all's willpower?
The lowest is 5 of Layla. No, 7 of Layla's.
And the highest is 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you never set a difficulty higher than 9 because reasons.
Yeah.
Math reasons. I severely doubt that they're going to be able to get this, but let's see. Because, they're already at -2 dice.
You spend a willpower.
Okay, Layla was at 5, right?
7.
7. Oh, I'm sorry. Who was at 5?
I actually look at her temporary, not her permanent willpower.
Oh, so the lowest is a 7 then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, the highest die that they rolled is a 6.
So no.
Ow.
So no. Yeah, they basically they bare their fangs and like hiss menacingly at you guys and like try and assert their dominance over you all through like some kind of like mental like discipline to try and like basically just freak you all out. And I feel like there's a moment where that you all hear the hissing, look, and then go back to what you're doing.
I mean, if you spend a willpower, that would be 1 success in Layla, which, frightened her a little or something.
Which would suck.
I already made the roll, so
sure thing.
I'm gonna just go with it. So I feel like that they were not expecting this to go the way that it has been. It kind of a thing that's been working out in y'all's advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Sedite 3's turn. Ghoul 1 tried to dodge, I believe.
Yep.
And managed to. So I believe that now we are back at the top of initiative. There is still clear water coming down as things are really going your way, bud.
All right.
Tears in the rain.
Oh my god. So on my initiative, since previously I spent my occult excellency, I only got 3 successes last time on activating Mind Hand Manipulation, so I'm going to spend an essence again and reactivate it with my excellency active. A thing I couldn't do previously because I can only spend 1 essence a turn. So let's try for better than 3.
So
7.
Before we go on,
Yes.
Yeah.
Technically, we actually re-roll initiative at the beginning of each turn, unless we want to just say fuck it and just leave it with static initiative for the sake of speeding things up.
It really adds a little bit more time when it's online.
It does. Tactical. I mean, I'm just going to say this because we're recording podcast.
Oh yeah. No, let's hear the insights.
Yeah. So I mean, in this case, like very clearly, this is a curb stomp, and the question isn't if we're going to win. The question is just how many resources we're going to spend winning, and if anyone is going to take even a single point of damage along the way.
Yeah.
So it's not that important. But because of the way this system, preemptive actions can jam up action economy if you decide to abort the defense. that sort of element of shifting initiative from round to round is actually like really tactically important, because otherwise, if you just start off with a bad roll, it could leave you on the back foot for the entire fight.
Can I throw a suggestion out there?
In this case, it really doesn't matter that much because this is a blowout. But yeah,
here's my pitch for that.
It is set up that way for a reason.
Yeah. So how about when we start a fight, we roll like 5 turns worth of initiative right at the start, so that we're not starting every turn doing it. That's just something.
That is a fucking great idea, and in fact, that's such a good idea. I'm probably, if Rand doesn't kill me for unfreezing the text lock on chapter 2, I will probably put that in as a suggestion in the book.
Oh, thanks. My thought was that none of the mechanics interact with the initiative rolls, so I felt it was a safe pick.
There's probably one or two. There's a few charms that do, but yeah.
Yeah, but none of us have them.
Yeah.
None of us have them.
Yeah, since we're on a spreadsheet, I can program it to make it reroll each time, and that'll be easier next time.
Sick.
Yeah, next combat we can definitely do that.
Cool.
Okay, so when I re-rolled Mind Hand Manipulation and spent my resources on it, let me just reduce my PowerPoints. Where are you, End of Sadness? There you are. I got 7 successes instead of 3, which means that instead of being able to manipulate 200 pounds of material, I am now capable of manipulating 3,000 pounds.
What the hell?
So,
Mind Hand Manipulation, it's fun.
Look, I'm going to fess up to something. I've always said Mind Hand Manipulation sucks and is boring and is a big waste of time being an Infernal Exalted. And I feel on some level that's true with how 2nd edition shook out and how it respected your resources and your XP spending. But this one charm version of it, with like not having to worry about buying like 8 other widgets, real sexy. It's won me over. So I will reach out and grab 3,000 pounds worth of jagged metal, glass, obsidian shards and dangerous pieces of broken wood and plaster and like bodies and damage that I'm allowed to manipulate. And I will start spinning them rapidly like a buzzsaw, directly centered on where the vampire went missing, spreading out until it interacts with just shy of us in like a maelstrom. I'm not going to see that guy. I'm not going to know if he's there, but fuck him.
If he is there, he's going to get messed up.
Yeah, so if you want me to roll anything, I can roll 7 dice at it, because that's my pool now.
Let's see. So,
because I'm banking he's not that fast yet.
Well, I mean, you should still probably roll it anyway, because there are some vampires in the way anyway, and at least one ghoul.
Boy. And yeah, I'll like target stairways and stuff with like the big debris and shit if I can, but I got 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes. I guess the let's see. Dude in torpor, I'm gonna just kind of say is laying on the ground. Do you want to attack him or not?
No, he's inventory now. I'm gonna leave him there.
Okay. I'm going to see if the 2 that you can see can dodge.
The transubstantiative properties of matter have transmuted him from an NPC into gear. Or
yeah. You gonna just build a bond with him there?
Right. What is this, fellowship?
Oh my god, I'm trying. Okay, yeah. So let's see. Sedite and the ghoul are going to both try and spend a willpower for an auto success and try and dodge.
Good luck.
And give up their turns.
All right, that's me trying
Sedite
to contain
does not dodge.
Oh god. Okay.
The ghoul manages to. They rolled a 10 plus the willpower would be a 3.
They really want it. They really
They
want
really
to
want it. They really want to live.
Okay, that was my strategy for trying to deal with the Headite. I hope someone else has a trick.
Oh god, our initiative.
Yeah. Simplify.
How much damage did you deal with that? Because you do hit Sedite 3.
2 successes, so whatever it doesn't really give you rules for that. I'm just trying to fuck the environment up enough to like
Let's see. Environment.
rattle.
I'm gonna say 4 damage plus 2.
Okay,
There's a bunch of glass and bullshit in there.
right? Like it's ghost glass
yeah.
too. You can't just buy that from the store. It's like Carl selling his house in Octane Hunger Force. Hey, that's elfin blood coming out of that fountain. You know, it's imported.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh boy. So what is that? 6? Because it's 4 plus
Yeah.
2. Okay. 3.
All right. They soak 1 damage, but that's not enough. That would put them in torpor as well. So you just cut them up, and they just like the light fades from their eyes, and they just go down as death by 1,000 cuts happens.
Fucking hardcore. Awesome. Could not be happier with how that turned out.
Does Ghoul 1 also get hurt?
Ghoul 1 managed to dodge. I'm going to say they probably like dove on the ground like they were going at a slip and slide at a children's birthday party.
Perfect. Right where the gator is.
Oh no!
Chumpy. Okay.
Next on initiative is 15, so that would be either Rigel or Rowan.
Let's see. Is there some way I can roll perception and something to try to find that invisible guy? Even with excellency or something, or would that not work?
Yeah, even with an excellency? Yeah, that should work. Let me just look up exactly what the roll is.
Isn't it
Yeah.
awareness, Pete? Isn't that supernatural perception? Can't you just like shift yourself into that?
There's rules for busting through obfuscate with supernatural
You should also not
perception.
mirror the darkness.
So in the vampire book, it specifically states perception and alertness at a difficulty of 8.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. Let's see. So
Yeah,
for
good old seeing the unseen.
perception alertness. Okay. So that's 8 dice for me. I will activate my what was that? Heaven turning calculation. So I spent 1 essence to substitute int for the roll, so that will be 10 dice. Let me just keep track of everything. I can activate excellency. Difficulty 8. I'm going to declare that I'm doing 2 actions. That will be a difficulty 9, 10 dice. Roll. So roll 2 successes.
With 2 successes, difficulty 9, you can actually... Okay, so as all of this is going on, you can see that the vampire, or that the headsetite, has booked it as fast as he could, and is actually just outside of the range of the swirling melee of glass and shards and everything, and is basically running right at you.
Okay.
I hate to interrupt, but I have a question.
Yes.
Aren't I standing right in the middle of that hellstorm of glass and torn wood and everything else?
I'm angling it around you because I've psychic control.
Oh,
He
okay.
did say that ends at you, so a smaller area sweep.
Yeah, I'm sweeping, but I definitely am not putting you in harm's way. That's off the table for my actions here.
Okay. And
Okay.
for my second action, I want to activate my Supernal Craftsman needs no tools, so I spend an essence on that. And with Supernal effect, it means I can conjure up some heavy machinery, so I would like to conjure up a giant bulldozer and sweep some, debris and what have you towards the door to blockade it, along with like a dozen of my assistants, just, barricade it so that nobody can get out of here.
Wait, so we were allowed to bring bulldozers?
No, I conjured it up out of my anima.
Why
I
I
need no
specifically
tools there.
asked.
Oh boy. Okay.
Heavy machinery.
Beep, beep, beep.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Fortify the wall, fix up the castle. That's a power.
All right. So that's your turn then?
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. So, Rowan is next at 15. What you doing, Rowan?
Yes, sorry, I was muted. Rowan locks eyes at the guy who shot at him and is just going to basically, I assume, while all the pews are moving, vault over them to, again, catch him in the antlers and just pin him down to the ground with horrendous force. So we'll use his dexterity, excellency, and I will save an action for dodging. So that's 7 dice. And he botches.
Oh no.
He
Oh,
botches.
no.
Okay, that might be a problem.
World of Darkness.
So I gain a limit.
He's going to like see you coming and just like, oh no, oh no, oh no, and just kind of like focus on his gun, and then like you hit the your antlers against the wall next to him, like just barely missing him, and like for a moment you're stuck. Next up, there are 2 people at initiative 14. There's the headsetite, and then there's Ghoul 2. I'm gonna have Ghoul 2 go first because he's right next to Rowan, and see what happens when a 9mm gets leveled against a deer man's head.
I'm stuck in the wall. Please don't.
He is going to muster up all of his courage given all of this bullshit, and also noticing that the entrance is blocked, or he can't get out of here. He's going to spend a point of willpower to get an auto success here.
Oh dear.
He's going to hit you with 1 success.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
How shit did he roll?
It was literally only the willpower that got it.
Oh no. Oh no.
So he's going to roll damage.
All right.
And
Wait. I did say that I was going to save one of my actions.
Yeah,
for
but then you
dodging.
botched.
Okay, that makes sense.
he's going to roll damage and get 2 successes, which would be 2 lethal coming your way.
Roll soak.
Oh, right. I get to roll.
Now we get to watch him soak an entire point blank 9mm round.
And soak again is dexterity.
No, stamina.
Just stamina.
Just stamina.
Just
Raw stamina.
at difficulty 6. That's 1.
Okay, so you take 1 lethal.
Wow. Somebody got scratched.
Right? So, next up is the headsetite at 14, who has not stopped running towards Rigel. Almost like Rigel was his target the whole time.
Oh no.
Buddy,
He's
that's a
going
bad
to
choice.
he's going to jump at Rigel and try to like grab him, and if he's successful, he's going to make a he's gonna he doesn't know any better. He's gonna make a he's gonna use his serpent's tongue to try and drain some blood from Rigel.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh, buddy.
Too bad this is my Dawn character that had the sunlight blood.
I mean, you're already packing sunlight.
I need to quickly do the wish for a sunlight blood.
That's actually a good point.
There's a lot of opportunities for you to ask for wishes. Not right now, though. It would take me 5 turns.
I know. So yeah, I guess I'm in a bulldozer or something like that vanishes as soon as I get attacked and disturbed, so that's fine.
Yeah, as soon as the crafting gets disturbed, your little helpers vanish. Because you brought your tools out in the middle of a fight, so the animation gets interrupted.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to leap onto Rigel with 5 successes.
Probably ought to heal that lethal he's got, too, so he's got some room to suck blood.
But then he'd have to roll for it.
Or take a turn.
No one knows about that rule.
No one knows about that rule.
It's a secret
we're
to everybody.
We're hyper focused on it now.
Okay, well,
For anybody confused, I don't think we covered it last week. If you go dig through the dramatic actions chapter of V20, you will discover that it actually requires you to spend your action to heal using blood, which is a rule that I've never seen anybody ever enforce. Like, every table I've ever been at my entire life, just let people heal reflexively. But yeah, that is technically the rule. It's a dumb rule.
Okay, so he's going to land on Rigel with 5 successes.
Well, I don't have any more actions to dodge, so yes, he does.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Pete, you can't die.
He capped the 20 head.
Actually, this is bad. Vampires bite for ag.
And this is the tongue thing, so that's ag +1, I think.
Oh. Ooh, shit,
Difficulty 6, strength damage.
Yeah.
May drink blood on the next turn as though she had sunk her fangs in the victim's neck.
Yeah, fair enough. He capped the pointy hat.
Okay.
On the plus side, the fun doesn't really start till next turn, but yeah. Yeah, that's going to hurt.
I know.
It's going to deal 2 aggravated damage.
Only 2? Jeez.
Yep, which, luckily, Solars can soak or Exalts can soak ag.
Oh, I can?
Yep.
Let me roll my 1 measly die.
Ooh.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, soaking egg is like our superpower. It's so good.
I rolled a 1, so I think that's a botch, which does nothing. Ha ha ha.
Hooray. So you take 2 aggravated damage.
Yep.
Jim.
Holy shit.
And I believe that you are also now, because of the serpent's tongue, you are also now in the thrall of the embrace, or not the embrace, the
kiss.
The kiss.
Yeah. Fair enough. Tongue grapple.
Ugh.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
So many implications. So for real though, I had actually gone, okay, I'm gonna roll a single D10. 1, 2, and 3, it's End of Sadness. 4, 5, 6, it's Layla. 7, 8, 9, it's Rowan. 10, it's Peter, because I know that it's bad for vampires to go against Solars, and I rolled a 10.
Of course you did.
I would have loved for that to happen to me. Could you imagine if I died? It'd be so rad.
So, yeah, that was his turn. He is now out of Obfuscate and on top of Rigel, drinking some blood.
my turn.
Your turn.
So is that hellstorm of like debris still swirling in the middle of the room?
Once I can recognize what's going on, I can turn it on or off however you want. Just let me know. Like, let the character know what you want. They're pretty intuitive.
That is a wonderful piece of advice. That is a wonderful piece of advice, definitely. Yeah. So the thing is, in this form, Layla has like a ground speed of 96 yards per turn. So what actually happens is that there is just this horrible shredding noise as her hooves tear apart the hardwood floor of the church. That big storm of churning debris gets a big fucking lane smashed right through the middle of it. And there's a fair chance that the headite is probably in two pieces right now. Let's roll and find out.
He is too enthralled with what he's doing right now. I would definitely say that given the speed that you're moving at, you might take some environmental damage from the whirling mass. I would
Very
only
likely.
say maybe like Devin, if you could roll like 1 damage die just to see if you even get a success.
I'd be surprised if I didn't.
I mean, I'm not worried. You have Viridian Legend Exoskeleton on. You're fine.
Oh yeah, I've got like
Yeah,
12
I rolled a
soak
3.
dice.
You're
Okay,
fine.
yeah. So
You're
got to keep it up to the dice.
Infernal.
Yeah, so there's some sparks off of the
debris and metal
the
and the
debris
glass that's
armor.
hitting you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks super rad.
There's some sparks off the armor, and now let's see how that attack roll goes. Sorry, 1 second. I have to keep scrolling up and down the sheet because I put my Shintai characteristics at the bottom and my other shit up at the top. This time I'll remember to set the difficulty down. Oh, 4 successes.
Oof. Well, he is in the thralls of feeding off of Rigel, so I don't think he's gonna notice you coming. Also, he can't really dodge.
That's true.
So go ahead and roll that damage, and we'll see what he can soak.
That would be... Oh, wait a sec. Fuck, I forgot 1 subtract. So that would be 4 successes.
He manages to soak. Are you dealing ag or
Just lethal?
He's going to manage to soak 2.
Okay, so that puts him at what, like okay, so he's at -1. Cool. So that's a good time for me to activate Green Sun Nimbus Flare, which I get to do after the attack roll.
Nimbus.
Oh, what does this do?
Let's see. Well, this causes him to burn from the inside out with green radioactive fire. And it inflicts the highest by strength, charisma, or intelligence in levels of automatic aggravated damage.
Oh boy.
At the moment, I have strength 6.
Oh, just like automatic aggravated. Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah, it cost me a point of essence just to use it, but yes.
He cannot soak that. He goes down.
He's in like super torpor.
At one moment, he was.
Layla goes through him and probably also his tongue. Doesn't split him apart, but then a moment later, the atomic eruption inside of his torso does. And here we are.
Yeah, I gave Skin of the Adder to a different setite, so, oops.
Oh no.
So he just explodes.
Oh.
That's a full track of aggravated damage. He starts going into torpor, and then he just explodes on top of Rigel. Oh.
Kaboomski.
I had so many plans for him.
So did his sire, and yet here we are.
Rip in peace, Snake Eye.
With all of them down, with all of these setites down, the ghouls that are left are going to immediately recognize what's going on and immediately drop their guns and hands go in the air.
The term was unconditional surrender, after all.
So Ghoul 2, the one who just shot Rowan, looks to the deer man and just kind of goes, "Ah!" and runs away.
It's a good thing I'm still stuck in this wall.
You pry yourself out of the wall after a moment, but he does get enough time to get to just start booking it towards one of the windows and then dive out of it.
Yeah.
Unless anyone stops him.
I would like to catch him with my mind.
With your mind powers.
just gently drag him back over the windowsill, back into the middle where the other ghouls are.
There is a moment where that he is caught in midair, realizes what's going on, and like grabs onto the windowsill, like the actual window frame, grabs some jagged glass, like yelps, and like it looks almost like for a moment like he's trying to swim away from you until that you like drop him.
Yeah, we'll do that to any of the ghouls that try to leave. Just put them back in the middle.
The one ghoul that was close to the front is, upon closer inspection, is playing dead. Every now and again, you guys do see him like pop an eye open to see what's going on before closing it and looking movie dead.
Is he like Rob Liefeld dead?
Well,
he is doing his best to pretend to be dead. It's not the best.
Like Whispers will like zip tie handcuff these guys.
Why do you have zip ties?
Easier than breaking their limbs. That was Whisper's response.
Fair enough. So there's one very dead setite and two in torpor setites. Two ghouls that are pretty badly hurt and one guy who has a bloody hand. He got the better end of the deal here. Which person do you want to interrogate and talk to?
Well, so it's been an hour. Would you like to take a break now?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, and I can get my head together, maybe get a voice for this guy.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to make a point of giving Rigel, like, I don't know, bandages, pads, and tampons to stuff in their wounds that they have. You know, field dressing.
They're snake wounds.
Snake wounds.
Licky wounds.
I sure hope snake wounds can be stuffed up with like cotton and stuff and like put some tape on it. I sure hope that's normal.
Okay, and pausing. And we're back.
So, when we all just left off, you all had taken out a bunch of vampires, and there are some ghouls here who have just been flung to the ground through telekinetic properties via End of Sadness. The ghoul that is not playing dead and not trying to hide everything, it just kind of looks up and just goes, "Oh man, I didn't expect this to happen tonight. I was just going out to the church to pray to our God and, try and get a little bit of favor with our bosses, but." And this guy looks between the two remaining bodies of the Setites and just goes, "But it looks like you really did a number on them."
End of Sadness just continues hovering there above like the rest of the party, arms outstretched in a T pose, staring down, kind of like Lilith from Evangelion on that crucifix.
T-posing to assert dominance.
Oh God! How does one even react to that?
I mean, we did that. We did assert dominance, so I'm allowed to T pose.
Meanwhile, Layla
I
just
earned it.
scrapes one of her brass blades down across the other one.
Oh man!
She's still like 7 feet tall and wreathed in green fire, by the way.
Oh man! Oh man! They didn't tell me anything about this. They said the set was gonna come down and help us, not that. And they kind of just throw their hands like accusatorily towards Layla. That radioactive centaur man lady was gonna come help us. Oh man!
God damn it!
Roger just like assesses the room and goes, "Okay, I think we need to clean this place up fast because someone might be checking in on this." And he uses his craftsman needs no tools thing to take up some heavy equipment and his dozen assistant. They're like platonic people, so 4 arms, 4 legs, and 2 heads, and start cleaning the place up quickly.
The ghoul who has taken no damage goes wide-eyed as all of this just starts springing from your anima. All of you guys have animas, and this guy is obviously just kind of like eyes are darting between all of them and freaking out. He's been in the supernatural game for maybe a decade. He is not having this. It is blowing his mind. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Can I go?
Is this the one that shot at me?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Yeah, your neck's still probably bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, it is bleeding. I'm just hands on the shoulders. You shot at me. You shot me in my shoulder. You were clearly going to kill me.
Yeah, man. You did kind of turn into a giant deer, and it kind of freaked me out. And also, like, you were attacking my boss, and I do have a need to protect my boss. It's kind of a sub-ingrained thing into my brain. By the way, and he points over at Setite 3, the non-cannibal one. Would you all mind maybe sparing that one? I need them to keep living and to not go from my awesome teenage years before my voice actually finished cracking into
They did this to
Playing
you.
so many things.
immediately into my 30s. I don't know what I'm going to sound like then.
As was previously discussed with the master of this house, unconditional surrender and a clean death, and we have delivered that, and will be delivering that, to his workers. You And your fellows now get to make your own choice for yourself. You may have a future outside of this church, continuing to serve, and I'll rip that symbol down out front, the symbol of Typhon, and I'll put it behind me as I'm floating. This symbol in its true capacity, or
In the
you may choose a
background,
future
the
where
giant
you
centaur ram lady is rolling her eyes visibly.
or you may choose a future where you join your masters loyally into the afterlife.
Well, I'm sure that my master will at least like that. The boss that Centaur Lady incinerated. Wow, I'm never going to be able to get that out of my brain. It was like a tiny nuclear bomb. Like you see the videos, and it just doesn't really do it justice up close.
Focus.
Okay, I'm focusing. So I could talk with my boss. I could talk with Haji when they wake up, and we can figure this out going forward. I'm sure that they would like to continue living, as I would, and the other ghouls can enter into their service or something else. I don't know that Adam would enjoy it, aging 90 years. So you might want to. He's the one who's playing Dad. And this guy points accusatorily at the ghoul that's been playing dead.
The vampires have already spoken for themselves. We're not going to discuss their future further in this conversation. We are talking about you and the two other mortals.
All right. Well, I would really like it if Haji could continue to exist because
I don't know who that is.
They point to
Is that vampire or is that a mortal?
They point to Setite 3.
Yeah, okay. As I feel like you're not listening, so I'm going to start getting retaliatory at this point. Last chance. We are not discussing the future of the vampires anymore. We're past that. Move on.
Right.
At this point, Layla's centaur ram, dear God, whatever it is, form, peels away in a wash of green fire and swirls off into her anima, leaving... Well, it's not normal her because she's still clad in a bunch of pulverized masonry as armor, but
fucking awesome.
More normal-ish, and she kicks the eviscerated corpse at her feet. It's apparently Haji, and he's like, wait a minute, you're saying this thing is still alive?
I mean, alive is a really, like...
Shaggy, focus.
Alive's a really, like, weird term for them. They are undead, or whatever. They're vampires. They're kind of corpses, but yeah, if you give them enough time, they'll come back, as long as you don't put them out in the sun or whatever.
At this point, those bodies are going to start lifting up off the ground, and wood is going to go behind them. Scarecrow style.
Oh boy. You could always keep Haji as a gift to the local prince.
Unless Peter or another one of the Exalts interrupts me, I am ignoring Shaggy at this point and continuing to put these guys outside where they'll be burned by sunlight as a warning to the rest of London.
Yeah, we need to keep them down low because, the police might be arriving soon or something, so let's just wrap them up for
Excellent to tell me.
We did.
Sure, I'll help you load them into a coffin.
Yeah, quickly cobble together some coffin from the pews.
We'll stake them too, because I know that's a thing.
Is it? Okay.
Not a hard thing for you to do with a vampire in torpor. Not even going to bother with
as far as I understand,
wooden debris laying around.
Two things. right? Two things, Layla. One, that was fantastic. I didn't know you could do that. You really blew me away. Two, vampires seem to have some sort of wood allergy that stops them from waking up if you stake them.
Yeah, I'd have trouble. I'd have trouble waking up too if someone did that to me. She watches him like telekinetically jam a slab of wood through one's
Oh
heart.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's real great.
Oh.
All right. So you guys have Shaggy and the two ghouls. I would like you guys, if you could, whoever wants to, give me a perception and alertness roll to kind of search the area. Figure out if you can find
Oh boy.
any fun things. Difficulty 5. You guys have messed up this area, so anything that's hidden is probably like any like hidden trapdoors you might have accidentally like taken the carpet off of there, you know.
Crocodile got 2.
I guess at this point I can activate my sensory acuity planner to drop the difficulty by -3. And that's 8 dice on me.
God damn, Peter, you built a utility character.
Holy shit.
That's 6 successes.
Holy shit. Sam and Holden.
Oh, I didn't think it was necessary. 2.
It's fair.
Yeah, I got 2.
Okay.
I'm just not rolling. My crocodile does perception checks for me, okay?
How
That's
much
why he's
your
like-
crocodile got? 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So with the 2s, you guys do notice a small trapdoor that is underneath the altar on the pulpit. That when you pull it up, has a small staircase that goes down. Pete, when that Rigel notices this, they immediately go, "Hold up! There's a trap there," and like notice that like the door at the end of the staircase that goes down is absolutely booby trapped, and there is a door immediately off to the right that is very well concealed. Basically, you all just avoided the last trap that I had to give some damage, which was a shotgun behind a door.
Oh boy, that's a fun one.
So you open up the door and go into and find the followers of Set's main office in this district of London. There are 4 beds here with a bunch of different things strewn around. You can see a couple places where they've written letters. There's a very old computer. Looks maybe like it was still from the 90s and is barely supported by the internet. Where they can basically send and receive emails, if that.
Oh, good. That'll be useful later.
You can see that one of the beds is larger than the others and has 3 sets of pillows on it, and the others have only 1. So you can assume that the king size bed here was shared by the 3 ghouls.
Awkward.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. There are also a few documents that have been strewn around, as well as what looks like 3 sarcophaguses.
Are they occupied?
They are closed currently.
Oh, vampires actually do sleep in coffins. Sorry.
They try to hide that they don't, but they're embarrassed by it.
I mean,
They know.
some of them do it because of branding, probably. need to keep.
I couldn't imagine caring so much about that. Anyway, I'll lift the lids off.
When you lift the lids off of, okay, so you have 1, 2, and 3 sarcophaguses. Do you just do them all at once with your telekinetic powers, or what's the deal?
No, I'm going to do it one at a time in case there's some sort of commotion.
Okay. The first one you open up. Are you going left to right or right to left?
You know what? Just pick the most interesting one that you would want to be the first one.
Okay, well, you open up one. Can you please roll me your dex and dodge? As a gun goes off.
Even if I'm doing it telekinetically from a distance?
The gun still goes off.
All right.
Are you... Okay, better question is, are you in front of this coffin?
No.
Okay.
So you just showed us that there were
coffin that you
shotgun
can't
traps.
see
I'm not
into?
in front of anything.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. You're going to open up the first one on the left, and there's going to be a loud and, in fact, deafening bang as a double-barreled shotgun goes off.
Son of a fuck.
Always two there are.
Then you open up the next one next to it, which is right in front of you.
Yeah, no, I'm not right in front of it.
Right, but it's right in front of the door. And as it opens up, a bunch of papers spill out of it. And when you open up the third one, you can see it doesn't open up as like the others. Kind of like you could kind of pull them off with little ease, and they kind of like just moved. This one is on hinges, so you actually like swing it open, and it opens up into another room that has 3 king-size beds on it.
I guess we'll check that room for traps.
So, that room, I will just let you know, has no traps. The first sarcophagus was nearest the door, which your instincts would have, as a human, would have told you, "Hey, check that one." That's why they put the trap in there. Documents, you all can gather them up if you want to get some information out of them. That I'll be happy to share with you once that you guys have had time to go over it.
Oh yeah, we can digitize that stuff and go over it.
And then the room is basically just a room that is full of... It's almost like a 3-person dorm room. You can tell like where the lines of delineation between one Sedite and the other are, based off of posters and other things that are kind of around the room.
Okay. So I guess I'll start off by spending an essence and activating my crafty observation method, which lets me do a whole investigation sweep in a turn that will take a scene. Just take everything in.
Holy shit.
Oh shit.
I assume that's going to include all the papers. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Rad. I guess roll that intelligence and investigation.
Stephen Moffat Sherlock Holmes method. Yep.
Yeah, difficulty 6.
Nice.
Fine. I'll excellency that. So on.
Holy shit.
So that's 15 successes.
What the
when I low difficulty by 3, 4, using my senses, it's kind of easy to roll a difficulty 3 on 16 dice.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Do you just
Holy
peer
shit.
beyond
Okay.
the reality of what is and see what has been and what shall always be?
He can see around corners and the 4th dimension.
Holy shit. He's just looking at my notes over here. Oof. Let me think.
Well, we don't have to go over everything right now, as we're just cleaning up, so...
Okay, so as you're cleaning up this, the main things to keep in to get out of this are going to be the there's a few things that you get that you notice when you're going through here, just as basic things. The first is that these got that the name Queen Anne is mentioned multiple times. The other thing of note is there is a phrase called Elysium that is mentioned along with that recurs as many times as Highgate Cemetery. And then on top of that, the only other big thing that you notice, like immediately, without like me having to basically write up a whole document for you, is that the prince of the city is named Mithras. And no one knows where they live.
Okay, sounds good.
There's a bit more that I can give you, but right now I'm gonna just kind of give you the cliff notes.
Sounds good.
Besides that, what do you guys want to do? You also find a chest with some stuff in it. If you want to open that.
Yes. Is it full of jewels?
Or guns. But point towards you and shoot.
It is full of drugs. You can see the like as soon as you open it up, just full of like bricks of drugs, like cocaine, heroin, like really hard drugs.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
perfect. All right. Add that to the inventory. Unless you guys want your share. I don't know. I'm not judging.
I'm good.
Okay.
By the way, Rowan, can you call Tobias or Denzen and maybe ask for some cleanup crew for this thing? Because, we wouldn't want the police to be snooping around here.
I mean, we just had like multiple shotguns go off.
Yeah, we should collect those shotguns too. You're right.
Okay. So,
granted, those are underneath like a floor, but
how do you guys want to get out of here? Do you guys want to deal with the cult? Not the cult, jeez. With the ghouls. Kind of like a cult.
So here's the ultimatum for the ghouls. You people need vampire blood to survive, right? That's your deal? That's why you're so you right now?
Yeah, that's why I'm so me right now.
Okay, here is the deal. And again, the deal doesn't mean that there's going to be a negotiation here. I don't have time for this shit anymore. Here is the deal. You come join my cult. You become one of my worshippers. We'll get you vampire blood, and we'll also find a way to make you not so goddamn needy all the time, so you're not addicted to vampire blood. Okay? I might have some solutions for the whole being a thrall thing that we can work out in the background.
All right, can you maybe age me let me age maybe 4 years so then that my
I don't want to talk about the specifics with you right now. I can't even look at you. You shot my friend a few times, okay? So just tone it down a little, okay?
I'm trying.
Be grateful, help us haul shit, and let's get out of here before the police arrive. You're also going to help me find all the members of this cult that you ruined, and we're going to try and put them back together.
All right.
Yeah, you guys gave me a job, and my day is already packed usually, okay? So let's move along on this.
He is going to move over to the other two ghouls and be like, hey, get up! Get up! And they're eventually going to kind of get up with their various wounds and kind of flock around him and look to you all almost needingly. You do have kind of a sense of presence to you, and also you did just murder their masters, and they have a sense of self-preservation.
I mean, they also have some holes in their bodies, so probably need some medical assistance.
Yeah, they would really enjoy that.
Yeah, we have vets and nurses in the cult. They can take care of these idiots.
Ah, yes,
So
vets.
I'm going to collect all the... Yeah. So I'm going to collect all the symbol of Typhon shit, including that giant neon sign, and, I don't know, burn it. And then when I get the giant neon sign, I'm going to throw it as far up in the air as I can and fucking slam dunk it on the roof of this church over and over again until it's smashed.
Oh.
Okay. Rad.
The sign or the church?
Yes.
Why not both?
It's 3,000 pounds of force. It can do whatever it damn well pleases. I don't care about heritage buildings.
So, the sign raises up and then smashes multiple times down upon this ancient church that at one point worshipped the Christian deity. At another point, has fallen under the cult of Typhon, the followers of Set, whatever they want to call themselves in London proper. And this building is more or less, and the symbol are more or less destroyed in the process. And you all leave with barely 5 minutes before the police arrive. Upon going through your, I guess, drive from this place or run from this place, at some point the ghouls explain that they have been paying off the police to not investigate certain noises unless, of course, they continue happening.
Oh, but that sure worked out well for you today, didn't it?
Yeah, no, I don't feel like that really worked out in our favor tonight.
At this point, like, the masonry is dropping off of Layla piece by piece and sort of denaturing back into motes of green energy.
Yeah, we'll get picked up by a large black unmarked van with illegally tinted windows, and that'll take us wherever we want to go. I'll drop people off, whatever.
What did you all do with the vampires?
They're in coffins, and I guess we might have strapped them to the roof.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Unless you got another idea, Pete. I could put them in orbit. Low orbit. Just fly them up there and push them up there.
Would a
Come back for
horse
later.
count as a machinery for craftsman needs no tools? Probably yes.
Horse?
Hearse.
You're not
A hearse?
You're kind of like pushing against the ground, so there's a ceiling on your levitation, a pretty strict one.
Yeah, I was joking.
No, okay.
I was talking about like throwing them as hard as possible into orbit and be like, that's God's problem now.
Unfortunately, you're not even close to that strong, so they just come wheeling down in the middle of like spittle fields about 5 minutes later.
Don't make it God's problem. Then it becomes my problem.
Javelin through the roof of a fucking car.
And then I got to figure out exactly what happens.
To space
smashes on that motorway they have.
Well, according to Demon,
that big motorway that circles it.
Yeah, according to Demon, God, touched the earth once, and then everything went to shit.
There's a lot of things according to Demon.
Adversary. We all know who the ultimate adversary is. We don't have to draw attention to him any more than we have to in the early sessions. We know that he has to rest at some point, and that's when we can do the sneak attack.
Yeah, we've just got to get to session 7, which is next one.
We all know he has to sleep sometime.
Every
On the
7
session,
sessions we have our opening.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that would be so rough. Yeah, you can only attack him on sessions that are a multiple of 7.
I'll be an amusing metagame.
He won't be able to split his dice pool then.
The warden sleeps like a normal person.
Huh. But yeah, if people want to get dropped off and disengaged from the clump that is us, that can happen. If not, we're going to be going. Does Rigel need to go to an actual people hospital?
I mean, Roger has exalted healing, so by tomorrow he'll be fine. It takes 13 hours to heal 2
Okay, then we
damage.
don't drop by. We don't drop by a people hospital. Then we go to the sewers.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all go to the sewers, get your healing done, hang out. You keep those 2 Setites alive in pew coffins, where that they are slowly healing. Over time, they are slowly using some of their blood to heal their damage, but it is going to take a while.
Yeah. I guess this is as good a question as any to ask the ghouls. So I keep hearing about a quote unquote, and I air quote, sewer king. I've dropped my Power Rangers armor, by the way. I've let disperse back into silver radiation because a scene has passed. But anyway, there's a sewer king or a sewer vampire down here. What do you 3 idiots know about it?
You 3 idiots.
Oh yeah. Oh, you haven't heard about the Underprince?
Yeah, you're right. I've totally heard about them, and that's why I asked you about them.
Well, I was just asking. The Underprince is the local leader of the Nosferatu.
And are they part of the vampire kingdom?
Yeah, they're the oh man, what did Haji call them? They're the Uggos of Camarilla Society.
Okay, so they look like Gary Busey. That's valuable. Do you know how to get into contact with them?
Whoa, 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 whoa! Gary Busey is giving them a compliment.
Do you know how to get in contact with them?
Yeah, I could probably figure out a way to talk to Ted.
Okay, here is a phone.
I know what a phone is.
Here is permission to leave our site without being harmed. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I'm a little scared of that, honestly.
And here's a reminder that I expect you to come back after you get in contact with this vampire or his people or their people or whomever's people. Tell them we have snake vampires and we are willing to gift them to their vampire court.
All right. Yeah. Do you want me to talk to Teddy about the Underprince stuff or about the up top stuff?
Tell them we have snake vampires and are willing to trade them to the vampire prince.
Oh, okay, so like the
End of
prince, not the
sentence.
Underprince. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Hang
End
on,
of
what's the
says just looking at
difference?
the rest of the exalts, like, can you believe this?
I am completely confused.
This guy just kind of goes off.
No, hang on
Okay,
a
look.
minute. Hang on a minute. Now,
Oh yeah, what do you need from me? I can't believe that you're all just kind of paying attention to me and let me keep talking here.
yeah, I can't believe it either. But like, what's the difference between a prince and underprince? Is one like the vice prince is like subordinate, or
No, that's the Underprince
Those are-
runs the underground and the prince runs the above ground. The guy who is helping out the prince, that's their seneschal. That's like their second person in charge.
is that a real word?
Wait,
She starts looking it up
who's-
on her phone.
I think
Wait,
it is
so
the
a real
underprince is the senator to the. So the underprince is the senator to the topside prince. There's only 2 vampires we're talking about here, right?
No, we're actually talking about like 3 vampires here.
Oh, good lord.
Why are we talking about a third vampire?
I don't want more vampires.
Well,
I
there's
could not have been clearer. Go to our next door vampire neighbor. Fucking relay the message with a little more. I'm just begging you to do a better job for yourself here.
Yeah, I'm working
And then
on
come
it.
back and we'll help you with your stupid problems.
Right, I'm just confused as to whether you wanted me to go and talk to the underprince or the guy under the prince.
Did I die? Am I having a stroke? Layla, I want you to pick up that brick on the ground and hit me in the side of the head as hard as you can. Just in case I'm in a coma.
That's how End of Sadness died. Sure thing, just give me a turn. I need to go into my chrysalis form.
Exactly.
Go to the underground vampire, who is our actual fucking name. Relay to them that we have snake vampires that we are willing to trade to the vampire kingdom. End of sentence. Then come back.
All right, yeah, I got it. I'll be back then.
I'm going to point out, by the way, you fucking vampire Renfields, that my cyber demon worshippers never give me this trouble. Not one of them.
What can I say? My bosses let me get away with a lot of bullshit.
You must leave now.
He leaves so fast. He can understand. He understands the pressure of about to get murdered, and starts running.
So in that
And
case,
just turns to the rest of you. It's like, look, I just don't know how to explain it. How are they so bad at this? Like, are vampires just like? I'm not saying I'm good at this, but my worshippers, they play outside and they know how to fucking.
Oh yeah, boss. No, boss. We know how to do this.
Thank you. I love you, my disciple. You're the best.
Maybe
You're the best.
so when he comes back, I'll be sore fucking disappointed if you don't give him a Great Dane and make him wear green shirts all the time.
I mean, I do have a Great Dane that needs to be adopted out on the farm. Yeah, all right. Maybe a little responsibility will go a long way. Are the other two still here?
The other two are just kind of staring at you, and they're slowly trying to like patch up their own wounds.
Yeah, you two go to the nursing station and they'll help you out, okay?
Yeah.
Leave my sight. And don't try anything funny.
We're so sorry.
I'm so mad if you try anything funny.
Listen, we're so sorry that he's the one who didn't get hurt and can run.
You know, I just probably need to sleep. I just probably need a good solid nap. And you know what? Maybe I'm hungry. I'm hungry. That's the problem here. I'm just hungry, and it's making me upset.
Whispers just kind of comes up and just like cocks a 9mm. Just goes, "Did you need more lead, sir?"
That's the morning routine.
Breakfast.
Goddamn, you're funny. Goddamn, you're funny. No, but you know what you could do? You could go topside and get us a sushi plate, enough for 13 people. Here's $2,000 in unmarked euros. That's what you people take here, right? Sterling, silver, euros.
I thought
anymore.
I could have sworn it was pounds after Brexit.
What? Pounds of silver? All right, whatever, Gringotts.
Wow. I don't enjoy being compared to this.
Don't worry, I'll give you a sock and you can be a free alligator after this.
All
So
right.
just considering at the time of that book, Harry Potter was like a 12-year-old boy, what do you think of the chances that he had a wank in that sock before he gave it to Dobby?
Oh, good lord! I don't even want to think about
Oh,
that.
Jesus. Oh, my lord.
Wow, that got real weird. That got Riverdale weird.
No, it's funny. End of Sadness laughs. It's stupid and funny. That's perfect. That's a great way to cut the scene on. Everyone laughing at JK.
Yeah, everybody goes up. They get you all a plate of sushi for 13 people, which is horrendous. That's a lot of sushi.
There's a lot of people in the sewer.
Sentences that I never thought I would hear as a GM.
Yes, our sushi sugars.
All right.
How far is it till
So do
sunrise,
we,
by the way?
I believe that sunrise has probably already happened.
Then we get 3 plus essence rating points of S. Well, I do anyway.
Guys, you're in Gamma Cave. You get all your essence back.
Oh shit, that's right. Gamma Cave.
Yeah, I will take you guys to the Gamma Cave to recharge. I don't want these idiots to know where the Gamma Cave is. We will retire there. Well, okay, for those of you who haven't been here before, this is where me and Whispers live. This is the Gamma Cave. It's our secret hideout, quote unquote. So try to keep it secret. Don't go into that room back there. The fridge is yours. There's a bathtub we set up in here, whatever. There's internet, Animal Crossing, movies.
What is that? The Bluebeard's wife room
So,
over there.
I'll get this. I call it the thinking room. You don't want to go into the thinking room. It's where I go to clear my head.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
It's just it's not worth it. Anyway.
And don't worry about the alarm.
Presumably when Shaggy comes back, we could set up a meeting with vampires so that we could trade these 2 vampires we have to other vampires for social lubricant. And then what do you all want to do? Like, it's been like a week since Loch Ness, right? This has been a pretty packed week. Do you guys have more we want to do?
Well, I'm not sure there's much else for us to do other than meet with the vampires, I guess. Unless we want to be dealing with someone else's plot, like the Toreador stuff, or going after the Nefandi again.
Yeah, I was... Yeah, exactly. So do we want to do that, or do we want to, like, follow individual plots or something? What are people feeling?
I don't know. Rowan, Layla, what do your characters feel like?
I'm still gathering a little bit more power before I decide to go have a reckoning. So I'll just go with the flow.
Rowan.
I'm not sure at the moment. I'm good for anything.
We could also do, like, a prelude to your reckoning, because, like, there are 5 of us, and haunting Andrew Parker sounds fun.
Sorry about that. I had to skip out for just a second. My dog was barking because there was a rabbit on our back porch.
Horror.
Running rabbit.
No.
He was very excited.
We get rabbits out here, and they're so fat.
You get the snow bunnies.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
I had heard
Big and
something about Andrew Parker as soon as I put my headphones back on.
Like, I'm just saying, if we don't want to go full into, like, the big emotional, like, you fucking shouldn't have pulled that shit, vampire, we could always do preamble stuff where it's like, hey, let's pull some japes on this fellow. Have a few thousand dubs, like, shit on his suits.
It's not really going to be a Japesy situation.
No.
That's fine. That's totally good. It's just a suggestion. Japes are fun.
Japes are, in fact, fun.
I was saying I'm looking to gather a little more power before I move on him.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Honestly,
Layla's just going to kind of go with the flow of whatever the group's doing.
Yeah, if nothing's active is happening, because, like I said, it's been like a week since Loch Ness, so it's been pretty Exalt heavy. If End of Sadness can take like a week or 2 off from that, they're gonna, because now they have shit to do. Like, fix up this cult, and also attend to their own cult, and make sure plates to keep spinning. because they have a job. This is their full-time job.
Right. So, as far as the underprints and everything goes, do we want to pick back up with when the ghoul comes back with information about that?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Probably smart.
Well, how long do we want to be going for today as well?
Yeah, it's getting on to midnight.
Yeah, it is getting pretty close to midnight.
Well, do you want
We
to
can
run?
Want to
always
just do the introductory talking to the vampire?
Do we want to rap on the Dobby line?
That's an option.
Right.
Oh, God.
We can do that. I know that next week I do have I'm supposed to have Tuesday off, so I should be able to be here on time.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well,
Excellent.
if we want to wrap it, we can wrap it.
I'm down for wrapping
Yeah.
it and giving you guys a much bigger and better Camarilla moment instead of pulling it out of my butt.
Yeah,
Sounds
sounds
good.
good.
All right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Oh,
right,
that's away.
Okay, so I was Brendan.
All right.
Peter.
Hold
Devin.
And Sam.
Up. Fuck that
And
one up.
this is sponsored by nobody. Signing off.
This game is a collaboration between A Pair of Dice Lost and Sponsored by Nobody podcasts. You can find us at apairofdicelost.podbean.com and sponsoredbynobody.podbean.com. You can find Exalted vs. World of Darkness over at holdenshearer.wordpress.com.